Everybody, my name is Farah Khan and I'll be discussing and going over how to correctly don and doff PPE using a surgical face mask, a shield, and gloves. In this scenario, we will be utilizing this PPE for the temperature checkers at Whittier School District who are in close contacts with individuals in the beginning and screening of the facilities. When applying and selecting correct PPE, we want to make sure that we are utilizing the correct supplies that are going to prevent us from the sources of potential contaminants. For the regular surgical face mask, we are preventing from secretions and bodily fluids such as coughing, sneezing, laughing, talking from another or potential contaminant individual. With the shield, we're also applying the same precautions and we could move further by saying if we're coming into close contacts, for example, any blood or any type of bodily fluids that may come at us. But in this scenario, we use that for a standard precaution during the COVID-19 prevention methods and strategies. And when selecting the appropriate gloves, we want to make sure that we are selecting the right size, anywhere from small to extra larges. Also keeping in consideration any latex allergies, and there are options for latex-free gloves if needed or appropriate for the occasion. Okay, now we'll be beginning with the sequence of how to don and doff PPE using a surgical face mask, a shield, and gloves. We will begin by gathering all our supplies. The first and foremost step is doing our hand hygiene. We want to make sure that we are following the CDC and guidelines per facility and district at Whittier School. Okay, now that we have discussed the main and general tips and supplies that we will be needing, we will begin by our first and number one step. We will begin applying our surgical face mask. Now, when we apply our surgical face mask, one thing that we want to keep in mind is we are utilizing and applying it correctly, keeping in mind that there is a bendable, flexible metal plate inserted inside the surgical face mask. That one will go and press gently against the nose, and we will go ahead and grab each corner at the back of our ears and pulling it, making sure that it is covering our nose, our mouth, and our chin. Okay, now that we have applied our surgical mask, we will next apply our shield. We will grab our shield from our corners. Now, there may be different shields that are available and of use. If it's a plastic bendable one, we will just make sure that we are applying it from the corners and making sure that it is covering our chin, our face, our nose, and our mouth. Okay, and now that we have that on, we will go ahead and put on our gloves, making sure that we have selected the correct size. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, some things to keep in mind once you have placed your PPE on is being mindful from touching any of your face, your head, your body with the contaminant surfaces. Every area that is covered with PPE, we must treat that as a contaminant surface, therefore preventing the spread and infection of nosocomial disease and transmission. Okay, very good. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.